So you're thinking about getting a Cane Corso, or maybe you already have one. Well, here's the deal. These powerful and loyal dogs have strong opinions about what they like and what they definitely don't. Knowing what to avoid can make life with your Cane Corso way easier. Stick around because we're about to go over the things Cane Corsos hate, and trust me, some of these might surprise you. Welcome back to Doggy Pedia, where we bring you all things dog-related. Today we're breaking down 10 things Cane Corsos hate that you should avoid. Let's begin. 1. Lack of leadership. If you have a Cane Corso, you have to step up as the leader. No ifs, ands, or buts. These dogs are super smart and naturally wired to protect. But if they don't see you as the one in charge, they'll start making their own rules. And trust me, that's not what you want. If you're unsure, inconsistent, or letting things slide, your Cane Corso will pick up on that fast and might start ignoring commands and deciding what's okay and what's not. They need clear direction from day one so they know exactly what's expected of them. Think of it like a kid testing limits. If one day you say no jumping on the couch, but the next day you let it slide, they're going to get mixed signals and keep pushing the boundary. Same with a Cane Corso. If you're firm, confident, and stick to the rules, your dog will respect you and feel way more secure. So set those boundaries early, stay consistent, and your Cane Corso will be way happier, and so will you. 2. Being left alone too long. If you're gone for long hours every day, your Cane Corso won't be happy about it. These dogs aren't the type to just sit around and wait patiently. They're deeply loyal and want to be near their people as much as possible. If they feel lonely or ignored, they can get anxious, which often leads to destructive behaviors like chewing up furniture, excessive barking, or even trying to escape. And let's be real, coming home to a shredded couch or complaints from the neighbors is not fun. If you have a busy schedule, make sure to give them enough exercise, mental stimulation, and attention when you're home. Even something as simple as a long walk, some training, or just hanging out together can make a huge difference. 3. Harsh training methods. If you think yelling or being overly harsh will make your Cane Corso listen, think again. These dogs are incredibly smart and loyal, but they don't respond well to fear-based training. If you're constantly shouting or using rough corrections, they won't see you as a leader. They'll either shut down or start acting out. Instead of respect, you'll create fear, and that can lead to anxiety, stubbornness, or even defensive behaviors. Think of it like a coach or teacher. If someone constantly yells at you and makes you feel bad for messing up, you're not going to be motivated to do better. You're just going to feel stressed and frustrated. But if they guide you with patience, correct you in a firm but fair way, and reward your progress, you'll actually want to improve. Cane Corsos are the same way. Positive reinforcement like treats, praise, and consistency goes a long way with them. Be firm, be clear, but always be fair, and your Corso will respect you and want to work with you. 4. Small, cramped spaces. The Cane Corso isn't the kind of dog that can just lounge around in a tiny space all day. They're big, powerful, and full of energy. So if they don't have room to move or enough exercise, they'll get restless fast. Think about how you'd feel being stuck in a cramped room with nothing to do. You'd get frustrated too, right? That's exactly what happens to a Corso in a small apartment without enough walls, playtime, or mental challenges. They need space, structure, and activity to stay happy. If they don't get it, that pent-up energy can turn into chewing, barking, or other behaviors you really don't want to deal with. 5. Lack of exercise and mental stimulation. A Cane Corso isn't just a couch potato. They've got energy to burn, both physically and mentally. If they don't get at least 60 to 90 minutes of exercise a day, boredom will take over, and that's when the trouble starts. A restless Corso might start chewing on furniture, digging up the yard, or barking nonstop just to release that pent-up energy. Long walks, play sessions, and obedience training are a must, and mixing in puzzle toys or advanced training can help tire them out mentally. They also love having a job to do, whether it's carrying a backpack on a walk or learning new commands. Keeping them active and engaged not only makes life easier for you, but also keeps your Cane Corso happy, well-behaved, and fulfilled. 6. Strangers invading their space. A Cane Corso takes their job as a protector very seriously. So don't expect them to roll out the welcome mat for every stranger who walks through the door. If someone rushes up to them too quickly or invades their space, they might see it as a threat. It's not that they're aggressive, it's just in their nature to be cautious. That's why proper socialization is so important. Introduce them to new people in a calm, controlled way, and let them take their time warming up. Forcing interactions or letting strangers get in their face right away can make them uncomfortable. But with the right approach, they'll learn to accept new people without feeling the need to be on high alert. 7. Inconsistent rules. Inconsistent rules can make a Cane Corso feel uncertain about what's expected of them, which can lead to stress and disobedience. Once they learn a rule, they expect it to stay the same, so changing things up confuses them and makes training harder. The key is to set clear rules from the start and stick to them. If you don't want them on the furniture, that rule has to apply every time, not just when it's convenient. Everyone in the household should be on the same page too. If one person allows something and another doesn't, your dog won't know who to listen to. A Cane Corso that understands the rules will be much more well-behaved and secure in their environment. 8. Being forced into unwanted interactions. Just like people, Cane Corsos have moments when they just want to be left alone. If they're not in the mood for pets, cuddles, or playtime, forcing it on them can make them uncomfortable or even annoyed. Although they love to be around their owners, these dogs have an independent side and won't always be in the mood for interaction, especially if they're tired, focused on something else, or just not feeling it at the moment. Pushing them to engage when they don't want to can create stress and make them less trusting of those interactions. The best approach is to respect their space and let them come to you when they're ready. A well-socialized Cane Corso will seek attention and affection, but on their own terms. If you're patient and give them the freedom to decide when they want interaction, they'll be much more relaxed and affectionate over time. When they do want attention, they'll make it very clear, whether it's by leaning on you, nudging your hand, or just sitting beside you. Giving them that choice builds trust and strengthens your bond. 9. Lack of purpose. A Cane Corso needs a purpose. They're not the type to just sit around all day with nothing to do. These dogs were bred to work, so if they don't have a job, they can get bored, restless, or even start acting out. That job doesn't have to be anything extreme. Structured training, obedience work, or even learning new commands can give them a sense of responsibility and keep them engaged. Without proper mental and physical challenges, they may develop unwanted behaviors like excessive barking, digging, or being overly dominant. Keeping their mind engaged is just as important as physical exercise, so give them tasks, keep them learning, and watch how much happier and more balanced they become. 10. Neglecting socialization. Socialization is so important for a Cane Corso. These dogs are naturally protective, and if they aren't exposed to different people, animals, and environments early on, they can become overly wary or even aggressive toward anything unfamiliar. Without proper socialization, they might see every stranger as a threat and react with fear or defensiveness. This can make everyday situations, like having guests over or going for a walk, stressful for both you and your dog. But when socialization is done right, it helps them understand that not everything is a danger and that new experiences can be positive. The best way to socialize a Cane Corso is through gradual positive exposure. Take them on walks in different environments, introduce them to calm and friendly dogs, and let them meet new people in a controlled way. Even simple things like hearing different sounds, experiencing car rides, or walking on different surfaces can help build their confidence. The more they experience at a young age, the more well-adjusted and relaxed they'll be as adults. A properly socialized Cane Corso will still be protective, but they'll know when to be cautious and when to stay calm, making life so much easier for both of you. Understanding what Cane Corsos dislike isn't just about avoiding frustration, it's about building a stronger bond with them. These dogs are loyal, intelligent, and deeply devoted, but they thrive in an environment where their needs are met with consistency, patience, and respect. By providing the right leadership, socialization, exercise, and mental stimulation, you'll not only keep them happy, but also prevent unwanted behaviors. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss more dog training advice. Have any tricks that work for you? Share them in the comments, we'd love to hear. And if you know someone struggling with their Cane Corso's behavior, send this their way so they can start seeing results too. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.